Alton Towers is a beloved park in the UK, and they are famous for one thing: their tree line limit. Now, here's how they could build a giga without breaching the limit. Well, not quite not breaching it, but close enough. Now, they really won't do this, but it's fun to see what they would do if they were to make one and how they could do it. So, the first thing they could do is dig a 300-foot hole into the ground, and then, while they're doing it, it will probably end up becoming the world's most themed giga. This is because gigas aren't usually themed, and I do kind of wish that they themed them a bit more, but obviously they're tall and it would be hard to. But if they do this, they could probably just build a strata coaster, or even pushing it, they could build an exa coaster. The reason why this would work is because the park are no stranger to digging into the ground. Just look at Oblivion. They dug very far into the ground for the drop, but I'm not smart enough to figure that one out, so I'll leave it to you. Or I could probably just use a calculator, actually. That would probably be a better idea. $120 feet. They dug about 120 feet into the ground. I think they can dig a bit further in, and then they can build a giga. Now, sorry about that. Now, the second way of doing this is by building a massive tree. Just one tree. Now, if they did this, they would have to plant a tree that's over 300 feet tall, and that would probably take a few years for it to grow all the way, maybe a few hundred years. So it wouldn't be very practical, but oh well, we live. But if they just did that, just look at Oblivion. Oblivion, they built a massive redwood tree next to the ride to make its above ground section taller and still not breach the tree line limit. And no one complains about it. Well, they did complain about Oblivion, but it was for a different reason that I'm not going to get into right now. But let's just say that the locals don't seem to like this. Now, the third reason how they can build a giga is by just saying screw you to the limit and building it anyway. But this has a big issue because they'll just get sued by the village of Alton, and I'm pretty sure they don't want that. With all the budget cuts and all of the stuff that's going on with Merlin right now, all the investments, all the budget cuts, I don't think they'd be able to pay a fine, and that would probably end up just preventing loads of future investments for the park, and it could turn the parks into a state of disrepair. So we don't want that. Probably won't set the parks into a state of disrepair, but don't want to risk it. But the reasons why they probably wouldn't do all of this stuff and build a giga is because there are some issues. First up, it would probably cost too much for them to even consider building it, and with digging down, they might fall into some lava, or they might fall into a cave and get killed by some skeletons or zombies, maybe even get blown up by a creeper.
Like, inside it. Whoa, no.
But what actually might happen is, it would probably cost a fortune, and that would probably prevent future investments for a couple more years. Exactly what I literally just said. But just remember remember the thing that I said about the locals not liking loud noises? Well, chances are this coaster would cause a lot of noise complaints as well, and Towers would have to pay a fine. idea they may not be able to pay it because the coaster may be too expensive for them to build and then also pay a fine. So it's best to just be on the safe side and not build the giga. But yeah, I know that Merlin have a lot of money, but they probably won't want to be blowing money on a giga and then blowing it on a fine because of too many noise complaints. But that's about all I have to say for today. If you enjoyed me explaining how Alton Towers could theoretically build a giga, be sure to subscribe. Not too long ago I hit 330 subs and I'm trying to get to 400, so if you hit the button and make the funky number go up, you will be recommending this video and my channel to other people without even doing a thing. I also lost my advanced features and I need them back. See you soon, I guess.